me start off by saying hello to my new subscribers and thank you for subscribing to my channel. Okay, so I know you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to address a few negative comments that I've received, and also in a previous video I made the statement crazy knows crazy. I'm going to elaborate more on that phrase and give you an example of what I'm talking about, so you will be able to recognize like crazy people. And when I say crazy, I don't mean like people that, you know, really have mental issues. I mean people that choose to act crazy. To me, there are a lot of people in the world that they just choose to act crazy and do crazy things and say crazy things to you. So I'm going to give you some tips by sharing a few stories of my previous experience. I'm going to give you a few tips as to how to recognize those type of people, and also how to I guess interact or converse with those type of people. Okay, so as I mentioned, I did receive I received several negative comments telling me that what did they say? Oh, you're so disrespectful. Oh, you're so petty. Oh, what else did they say? Oh, a few people told me, oh, you're such a bitch. One person told me, you're just a black bitch. What else? Just so much. And so as I was, was reading the comments, especially the comments about, me being a bitch or me being disrespectful, and there was a lot of stuff that was said. Those type of comments. As I was reading them, I was thinking, girl, I know. The thing is, y'all didn't know that side of me. So when you saw that side of me, it's like, oh, hold up. She's crazy. She's this. No. Let me tell you what it is now. As I mentioned, y'all never saw that side of me. I always come on video, on YouTube or whatever, and I go straight into talking about hair, doing the little baby's hair or doing my hair. You may see me laugh in the video from time to time. And let me tell y'all why I laugh in the video. My friends, like people that really know me, they watch my videos. And so when you see me laugh or, really laugh, I'm really laughing because I know that they know me and my personality. And so I know that they're laughing on the other side of the video or whatever. When they're watching the video, I know they're laughing because I get phone calls after the videos saying, bitch, you crazy, or this or whatever. You're so silly. So, number one, when y'all call me a bitch, that does not bother me, okay? I know I'm a bitch, okay? I know I can be a bitch. So what? So what? That does not bother me, okay? So y'all stop putting that in the comments. Oh, you're just a black bitch. I'm black, as I mentioned. I ain't gonna turn white no time soon. And I think everybody has that bitchy side. And as far as y'all saying, oh, you're so disrespectful. Oh, you're so rude. Oh, I can't believe you said that. Believe it. Believe it. That's just a side of me that y'all have never seen. And some of y'all chose to unsubscribe to my channel based on that video. And based on, what I was saying in that video. I 100% agree with you. And I've told y'all this in the comments when you say, you're rude and disrespectful. I 100% agree with you. However, as I have told you, sometimes you have to talk to people in a, disrespectful or crazy way. It's kind of like you getting on their level. Now, if you know me, like if you really know me, you wouldn't say that about me. Oh, you this and you that. You wouldn't say that about me. But because I've never shown you that side, you know, or I guess that's the only thing I can think of, because I've never showed you that side, you know, you want to unsubscribe. But as I mentioned, I completely understand you unsubscribing. And I also agree with you that you should have unsubscribed. And let me tell you what I mean about that. Now, when I came on YouTube, I came straight into doing videos. I never, like, introduced myself or anything like that. I probably should have, but, and I'll do a video, maybe my next video I'll do that. Excuse me, but I never did a video introducing myself. And so, with that being said, I've never came on YouTube with the thought of being your role model. So when you saw that video and you heard what I said, you know, you unsubscribe based on that video. Because I guess, you know, I don't want to be associated with a person that talks like that. But if you go back to previous videos, you've never heard me talk like that. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I've never told you that I wanted to be your role model. I'm not on YouTube to be your role model. You know, if I may curse, I've cursed in other videos. You know, I may even curse on videos. I don't think, you know, that should determine whether or not you watch my videos. Because the only thing I'm trying to do is tell you how to grow your hair. That is my purpose, to influence you to understand and believe that you can grow your hair really easy for little or no money. You know, as far as you know, looking at, you know, oh, she said this, oh, she said that. So what? I'm not a role model. And I even got those comments saying, you're supposed to be a role model. No. I don't know you. Only thing I know is, you know, in the comments, if I converse with you in the comments, that's all I know. But in order to be your role model, I'll have to be somebody that can see you every day, be around you. That's like your parents. And I'm hoping that y'all are not coming on YouTube, you know, looking for a role model or somewhere to fit in. Because I don't think YouTube is a place for that. Even just the internet or social media, period. It's not a place for that. But hey, if you choose, you know, to go around looking for a role model or, you know, whatever you choose to do, that's not me. I'm not here to be your role model. The only thing I'm trying to do is tell you what I know based on my experience about growing your hair, easily growing your hair, quickly growing your hair, showing you my process and techniques. So if you hear me curse and, you know, you want to, or talk bad to somebody because, hey, who knows, it probably come out again. I completely understand, and I want you to unsubscribe if you are looking for a role model. That wouldn't be fair to you. It wouldn't be fair to me either, because if you're looking for a role model and you ain't never told me, how the hell am I supposed to know how I'm supposed to act on camera? Okay, y'all, anyway. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to share some stories with y'all so y'all can understand what I mean about Crazy Nose Crazy and why I act the way I act in that video. As I mentioned in the comments also, I thought the video was really nice. But anyway, okay, so when I say Crazy Nose Crazy, as I mentioned in the previous video, a lot of times people, you can't be civilized with people. A lot of times people, they choose to act crazy or they choose to think negative or they choose to act silly. And you got to be able to recognize those people in order to be able to communicate or be able to get along with those people. I worked in management. This is something I've never told y'all, but I worked in management for about, I think it was about maybe 4 or 5 years. And if you have worked in management, my last management job, I had like 19 people. And if you've worked in management, you got 19 people on your team. You got to be able to get along with 19 different personalities. And so, being in management, I've had to learn how to acknowledge, recognize, and get along with 19 different personalities in order to save my job. And so, I think I kind of mastered it. I kind of mastered it. And, sometimes, just be crazy stuff you deal with. And, I'll act crazy with the person, then come home and laugh about it, just as I did with that video. Me and my husband, we actually laughed about the video while y'all sitting up leaving me all those crazy comments telling me I'm a bitch. Okay, so anyway, y'all, let me tell you, y'all need to know this too. A lot of y'all, I noticed, looking at y'all picture, and I can tell by y'all comments too, that a lot of y'all are young. And a lot of y'all don't know what you think you know. So that's another reason why I'm doing this video. You got to be able to recognize people that are kind of thrown off. Some people do have like mental issues, but you also have to be able to recognize those type of people also in order to be able to get along with them. So let me just give you an example before I start with my stories. People that like me, I'm the type of person, before I even speak to you or converse with you or interact with you, I've already checked you out. Now, I think that's one characteristic of people from Mississippi. Now, I don't know. I'm going to do a video about people from Mississippi because y'all need to know that too. But I've already checked you out. Even if we just standing at the elevator, getting on the elevator, I've already checked you out because I need to know who the hell I'm getting on this elevator with. I need to know who it is. So I've already looked at your shoes, looked at your clothes. If you look at me and smile, the first thing I do is look at the eyes because I need to see if the eyes are glossy. If the eyes are glossy, my first thought is, oh, okay, this person may be on some kind of medication. Oh, I need to be careful what I say to this person. Or, oh, I probably just don't even need to speak to the person. So I always check people out before I even, speak to them or whatever. You can tell by body language. You can tell by, how people dress, like the different accents that people have. You just have to pay attention. Don't be so quick to, just interact or try to get along with somebody. You gotta, to me, well, let me say me, I have to know who I'm dealing with before I even deal with you. So, I'm going to give you an example, this story. When I was a manager, it was a seasonal job, and I was a seasonal manager. This was the last time I was a manager. And it was this girl on my team. And so, I had 19 people on my team. And so every morning, happy me, friendly me, walk around, say good morning to everybody, see if, they needed anything. None of us knew what we were doing. It's a whole new industry. I worked in the mortgage industry, y'all. I never told you that, but I worked in the mortgage industry for 12, 13 years. So this was a whole new industry. So I go around and speak to everybody just to kind of build some kind of rapport with everyone and, let them know that I was there for them if they needed anything. And so it's this one girl, Every time I would, you know, come to her desk, she would give me that like look and, you know, roll her eyes or throw her hand up. Okay, and so, you know, I picked up on it, but I let her make it the first time. Okay, so second time she did it, or maybe I caught her doing it. You know, again, I'm walking around, and as I'm coming, I see her. They were customer service. She was on the phone, so I see her rolling her eyes at me. You know, doing a little nose and neck and all, like she couldn't stand me, girl. And so, but she didn't even know me. She did not know me. I could have been the best person, you know, that she ever met, helped her out in any kind of way, but hey, she just did not like me. And so, the third time, I was thinking, okay, that's the second time, rolling her eyes at me. So the third time, I went by, and I want to call her name so bad, but I'm not, because we're friends now, y'all. So the second time, the third time I went by her desk, I was coming towards her, and I saw her roll her eyes, and, you know, when I stopped by her desk, she spoke, but she kind of, you know, did the little eye roll or whatever. So I'm like, okay, that's her last time doing that to me. So I went around and finished talking and, you know, just briefly talking to everybody. So I came back to her desk, and she was on a call. And I tapped on her desk. I said, can you tell that person to hold on? Put them on hold. And she looking like, you know, what I do? And so she told the person to hold on. And she was like, yes, you know, with a little attitude. So my response to her was, I'm going to need you to stop rolling your eyes at me. I see you rolling your eyes at me. You don't even know me, so why are you rolling your eyes at me? You got one more time to roll your eyes at me. You know what her response was? I said, okay, now go ahead and continue with your call. Okay? But in my mind, I'm laughing because I already knew what kind of response I would get from her, because I've already dealt with people like her before. A lot of time, you know, I've experienced people that didn't like me. They didn't know me, but they didn't like me because, you know, I try to dress up at work. You know, you have your hair done, your high heel, your stilettos, your heels on, and people think people think that you think you're better than them. Now, it's all in their head, because you're not thinking that. You're just coming to work as you know how, or have been taught to present yourself. But in their minds, they're thinking, oh, she thinks she's better than everybody. So I've already dealt with these kind of people. So after that, told her that, just politely walked off, went and sat back at my desk. Guess what? Probably about 30 minutes later, when she got off that phone, 15, 30 minutes later, she got off that call. She came around to my desk. Excuse me, you're crazy. So I'm sitting there really doing nothing, you know. So I just looked at her and I just fell out laughing. I told her, nah, you crazy. You sit there rolling your eyes at me. You don't even know me. You don't even know what I can do for you. But you just choose to dislike me for whatever reason, because you got personal issues. And so after that, me and her became good friends. Girl, we would call each other and talk to each other. But that's a great example of how I recognized and I paid attention to her, and I knew this is what I need to do to get on her level. Let me just come down to her level and let her know, look, I need you to stop rolling your eyes at me. I see you, boo. Okay, I'm going to give y'all another little story. And all of this is really funny to me, y'all. It was funny to me then, and it's funny to me now. It was this guy, same job, black guy. He was put on my team. I think he was the 19th person that was put on my team. And so he was previously on this white person's team. And so because, I think the white person wanted to fire him, but they didn't want, you know how people do, well, corporate America, politics, they wanted to fire him, so they put him on my team. Black Lil Me put the black boy on my team so I could fire him. So I had already peeped game, you know, been there, done that. So he came and they introduced him. His name was, what was that boy named? Joseph. He told me his name was Joseph. And so, you know, I told him where he would sit or whatever. And he would sit like in the front row. So every time I came to my desk, I was able to see him. And so, long story short, Joseph would come in every day with his shoes untied. You know, they were nice shoes, but you know how people wear their shoes untied. But we're you know, in the workplace, so in my mind, you know, I would walk by and check him out and think, oh, okay, so he's the type to wear his shoes untied at work. Or, you know, his pants were sagging. I was like, okay, he sags his pants. Then he'll sit at his desk with a hood over his head and, you know, just stuff like that. So, me, paying attention, always paying attention, I was like, oh, okay, I see who I'm dealing with now. Okay, so Joseph would always say, you know, he had to go, he had to leave, and he had all kind of excuses about he had to pick his kids up or whatever. So, come to find out, his name was not Joseph. I forgot what his name. I can't remember what his name. His name was not Joseph. He did not have any kids. Somehow he was talking to me and it slipped out that he didn't have any kids. He didn't have any kids. And then the kicker is, when Joseph would tell me he needed to leave or whatever, one time he told me he had a flat tire, so he had to go get his car at the shop. So I was like, okay, cool. Joseph never came back. Joseph would leave. This was often that he would do this. He would leave and not come back for like 2 days. No call in, no nothing. So based on my experience, you know, working in corporate America for what, Lord knows how long, I already knew that, you know, this is the reason they put this guy on my team. So I could fire him. The black girl fires the black guy. You know, and it wouldn't look bad on his previous white manager. And so, you know, I chose not to fire Joseph. We're going to call him Joseph. I forgot this guy. Well, Derek. I think that was his name, Derek. So, was it Derek? I think it was Derek. But, yeah, so I chose not to fire him. So my manager came to me one day and she was like, you know, he's been missing a lot of days, and she had gone to the little workforce people, you know, in customer service, these people that keep up with the schedule, and got his little absentees and all of that and brought it to me. And he's been missing this many days and that many days, and so, you know, she suggested that I terminate his employment. So I told her, I said, well, no, I'm not going to terminate him. I said, you hired him, therefore you have to fire him. Okay, so, you know, of course, she was like, whoa. And so, and when I said that, I meant this job, they didn't drug test any of those employees. And so, my thought was, okay, nobody got drug tests. This guy leaves work, doesn't come back for 2 days, sits in his desk like ain't nothing wrong. So I'm thinking, this dude may be on some kind of drugs and stuff or something. He gonna come back and kill me or whatever. So, you know, I was like, no. I said, you hired him. You'll have to fire him. I'm thinking I ain't get myself all involved with that. And so she kind of, you know, left him alone or whatever. And so one day I saw her talking to him, and she was talking, using all this corporate talk and all this corporate terminology, you know, stuff that he didn't understand. And so I just let her, you know, do whatever, and I sat back at my desk and listened, laughing, thinking she crazy as hell. That boy don't understand what she's saying. And so when she finished, he jumped up from his desk and came back to my desk. He was like, he was calling all kind of bitches and this and that, telling me what all he was going to do to her. And I was thinking, see, I knew it. If I would have fired him, he would have had those same thoughts about me. So he went on and, you know, he was talking about her. And I was like, well, just chill out, calm down, everything is okay, you're on my team, and she can't terminate you unless I give the say so. So I was like, just chill out or whatever. So she so happened one day to come to my desk, I'm back there minding my own little business. She come back there. How's it going? It's like, going good. I said, you know what? I said, what did I tell her? I said, what did I tell her? It was something like, no, I know what I told her. I was like, you know what? I said, you are off the chain. And she loved, cause she's my manager. But me, let me tell you about being a job. I know I can get a job, so I just keep it real. They fire me, hey, I'll go get another job. So I was thinking, I told her, I said, you know what? You are off the chain. She was like, me? What? What did I do? I said, I sat back here and I listened to you talk to, we'll call him Joseph. Talk to Joseph. I said, you were using all of that corporate lingo, and, I said, you really offended him. I said, you have to, as a manager, I said, you should know how to consider your audience and know how to, converse and interact with them. I said, and I broke it down for her. I said, let me tell you this. I said, every day you pass this guy's desk. I said, you haven't noticed this guy come in with a different pair of shoes every day. He got his hood on his head. After we've management told him, keep that hood off your head, he chooses to do it every day. He slouched down in his desk. He missing 2 or 3 days. I said, but this is somebody that you choose to try to talk to on a civilized manner. And so I was like, girl, I said, that guy don't understand that. I said, that's offensive to him. I told her, I said, you got to get on his level. I said, also, before you can, go to him and try to chastise or, talk to him like that, I said, you have to build a rapport with him because he does not know you. I said, I gave her some little examples what to do. I said, when you pass his desk in the morning, I said, I've noticed you never speak to him. Because I checked her out too now, keep in mind. I said, you've never spoken to him. I said, when you pass by, speak to him. Say, hey, how you doing? I said, I've noticed that this guy wears a different pair of shoes every day. So me, what I've done to build some kind of rapport with him or to let him know it's okay to talk to me, I compliment his shoes every day. Do I really care that his shoes are tight? No, I don't. But I know that's something that he finds interest in. And so I compliment him, just let him know, hey, nice shoes. Now he feels comfortable with me. So I told her that. So crazy her. The next day after she has talked all this corporate lingo to him, she tried it. She tried to take my advice. Not knowing she should have just, let things just die out a little bit. She goes to him and tried to compliment, spoke to him. Hi, just say Joseph. Hi, Joseph. Oh, I like your shoes. Those are nice shoes. So as soon as she walked her little cell phone past him, he jumped up. He came back to my desk. He was like, man, what's she up to? What's she up to? She spoke to me. She complimented my shoes. What's she up to, man? And so, I'm sitting back there. When I saw him coming, I already knew what he was coming down. So, when he said that, I just laughed. I was like, chill out, chill out. I said, she's just trying to get to know you. Here I am, the middleman, trying to get everybody to get along. And so I said, she's just trying to get along with you. It's okay. He was like, no, man, I don't trust her. I don't trust her like that. I was like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So he went and sat down. So maybe like the next day, I know this is a long story, y'all, but the next day, I'm calling him a fool. This fool, he came to me and told me he needed to do something. I don't know, go to lunch and he was going to be a little late or something. It was so many excuses that he gave me. So I was like, okay, no problem. He didn't come back for like 2 days. So the day he did return, he came back there, he was like, I just want to apologize. Something happened. He didn't get a chance to call me and let me know he was going to be out. So me, being me, knowing this is just a job, I'm just coming for the money, I ain't trying to get myself worked up. I don't even care like that. I just looked at him. I said, oh, okay, I understand. It's okay. I'm just going to fire you. And I just kept working. Because keep in mind, I already know who I'm dealing with. Crazy, crazy. Okay, if you just got talked to about, my manager, you still want to do the same thing. So I'm thinking like, he crazy as hell. Let me just talk to him in any kind of way. So I'm like, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm just going to fire you. And I never looked at him, just kept typing. The guy, Joseph, was like, what? What did you just say? I can't believe you would just tell me straight up you're going to fire me. And I'm like, well, what else? In my mind, I'm cracking up laughing, y'all. So I'm like, well, what else you want me to do? I said, you choose to, leave work and don't come back. I mean, that's all I can do is fire you. So it's like, man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy that you're just going to tell me in my face you're going to fire me. So I just kept typing. He walked off. Probably about 5 minutes later, he came back. He was like, you know what, man? I gotta say this, man. I respect you because you keep it real. So I'm sitting there thinking this is a fool. I'm thinking he crazy as hell because I talk bad to you, but then you come back and tell me you respect me. So this is an example, y'all. I got on his level. And because I got on his level, he respected me. He, after that, this guy was in my desk every damn day, y'all, trying to talk, just telling me stuff about him and what he got. He was a really, really intelligent guy. But I wouldn't have never known that if I didn't take the time to get on his level and let him know, look, I'm on your level. I can get on your level. And so we all knew we were going to get laid off because it was a seasonal job. And so he came back one day. He was like, hey, man, when this job is over, where are you going to work? Are you going to be a manager somewhere else? Because I want to come and work for you. I looked at that fool, work for me. I told him, boy, you can't come work for me. I don't ever want to see you again in my life. Do you know how much stress you have put me through? I have been fighting to keep your job. I don't ever want to see you again. He was like, what? For real? I was dead serious, y'all. I didn't ever want to see that guy again. But, I'm laughing. I was laughing then. Because I understood he was young, y'all. He was young. And, as I have mentioned, y'all, I have a son. He's 24. So I kind of know how they think. And, yeah, but that's just an example of me, sitting there. I took my time to figure this guy. It's more to the story, but that's just, brief summary of this Joseph guy. But I took my time to figure him out and learn him, what he liked, what he doesn't like, how he talked. I was trying to figure out how can I get on this guy's level to get him to understand. But that's an example. You gotta, be able to, kind of figure people out. You gotta figure them out before you interact with them, because some people, some people just really throw it off, and you say the wrong thing to them, and Lord knows what could happen. Lord knows. I see, read a lot of comments on YouTube. It's like, and I know these are young subscribers. They put all this stuff, say all of this stuff, and then I'll clap back at them. On my end, I'm sitting there laughing. Let me just say something crazy to them. And then I'll sit there and wait. And then I see the little message pop up. Miss Mississippi, I can't believe you said that to me. I didn't mean it that way. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I'll write about it. Now, don't be crying now. Don't be crying like a little baby. But let me tell y'all why I do that. Because I see y'all keep saying, oh, she attacked me. Oh, she went off on me. Girl, I'm sitting on the other end laughing. I do that because I want you to know your opinion is valuable. Okay, you got your opinion. Hey, you got to know how to be able to talk to people. You got to be able to recognize who the hell I'm talking to. Some of y'all just want to come on the channel and just say whatever comes to your mind. You got to be able to know how to say what you want to say. You can say whatever it is you want, but it's all about how you say it. When you leave a comment, you can disagree with me 100%. I mean, I'm not there to just judge, you know, hey, she don't do her hair like this or whatever. I get it. I get it. But you got to be able to know how to talk to people. You can't come on there and leave a comment saying, what you saying don't make no sense. That ain't no opinion. I mean, that's your opinion. But if you don't want a negative response, if you don't want me to clap back at you or say something crazy back to you, say it in another way. You can say like, well, Miss Mississippi, what can you say? If I tell you wash your hair every 2 to 3 days and you disagree, you can come back and say, Miss Mississippi, I wash my hair every 5 days and I still see a lot of growth. You told me that you disagree with me. I can't dispute that. But also you told me about you. That's what I want to hear. Probably other YouTubers too. When they come back at you and then y'all say, oh, you can't get mad. No, it's you and it's the way you said it in the comments. You got to be able to know how to say it in a respectful way or in a way that's not offensive. As soon as you say the word you, meaning me, okay, or anybody else, it's like you point a finger at the person. Versus leaving a comment saying, tell me what you do. That's completely different. Completely different. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to tell y'all this story about this white lady I had on my team. And if you white, no disrespect. You know, I ain't racist or nothing like that. But hey, I'm black, you white. We all know. Okay? So, anyway, she's a white lady. And, I was hired onto, it was like a department. I was brought into the department. She was already on this guy's team. And so they had to develop me a team. So they took her from his team and put her on my team. And so on his team, he was kind of like laid back or whatever. And, you know, they could do whatever they wanted to do, work as much overtime as they wanted to work. And so with her, now, okay, so when they put her on my team, you know, being with the company for so long, trying to be Miss Good Employee, she was still trying to do that, you know, just come in to do overtime, but she really wasn't working. She would just come in early, get overtime, be on the computer, doing all kind of personal stuff, her banking and paying her bills, which, you know, is cool, you know, whatever. We all sneak on the computer from the internet from time to time at work. So, but as far as the overtime, to me, that's like stealing time. If I haven't given you approval to come in and do overtime, you shouldn't be coming in. And so I noticed that she was coming in, and so my boss noticed that she was coming in too. My boss addressed it with me, so of course I had to address it with her. And so I went to her and just said her name is Sally. I went to her and said, Sally, you know, why are you here? You know, no overtime was approved. Sally was like, well, you know, I just thought if it was work to be done, I can just come in and do it. And I was like, well, no, I'm thinking your grown ass, she was grown, y'all, she was like 45 or so. And your grown ass, no, you can't do that, so. So I'm thinking, okay, here we go. And I was like, well, no, you know, you have to get approval before you can come and do overtime. And so I told her, so you go ahead and stay today and do your overtime, but going forward, you have to ask me for permission before you can do overtime. And so, girl, look, true enough, the next day, Sally done came in to do overtime, girl. And Sally, I think I was on the 2nd floor, but I had my team up on the 3rd floor. So she thought I wasn't going to catch her. So, just so happened I had to go up on the 3rd floor. And here goes Sally. Sally done sat back at the desk. So I'm telling you why Sally did this. Sally had gotten so used to it, her income was based on that overtime. So she just refused to stop doing the overtime. So I walked up there, and I was like, damn, what is she doing here? So I was like, why are you here? You know, I didn't give you approval. Well, you know, she just gave this big old excuse. I forgot what she said. And so I went to my manager because I'm trying to keep my job. Forget all this over here she trying to do. I got to save my job. So I went to my manager and I was telling her, oh, she keeps, you know, I told her yesterday that she couldn't come in, and she came in anyway today. So first thing we do, we call HR because, you know, we got to cover ourselves. Most time when you're in management and you, what's the word, discipline or whatever, an employee, first thing they're going to do is call unemployment. I mean, not unemployment, HR, human resources. So we're trying to beat it to the punch. We call human resources, told human resources what she was doing. You know, just FYI, just in case she call y'all. Okay, so we call Sally into the office. And so my boss was asking her why, you know, she come in. Oh, Sally wants to break down, crying, y'all. I'm talking about she was like hyperventilating, doing all kind of like she couldn't breathe. And I'm sitting there like, oh, no the hell she did. Girl trying to make it like, you know, I had done something to her. And so, you know, that situation went on by. So, Sally came in again. She came and asked me one day if she could do overtime. I was like, yeah, sure. So she came in doing overtime. So me being me, I know the game. I went behind her to see how much work she had done during her overtime time frame. Sally hadn't done no work. So I'm like, okay. She would do like one thing, then take a 30-minute, take 30 minutes, do something else. Not knowing or not thinking she can track everything I'm doing. So I called Sally in the office again. It's like, Sally, now, I gave you approval to do this overtime, but, you know, based on the information, my report, you're not working. You know, it shows here you're taking 30 minutes between each loan or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Sally get to crying again. Girl, snot flying everywhere. She hyper. So I'm sitting there like, no the hell she ain't. Here we go. Here we go. So, you know, it was a third time too she did. I forgot what, probably third or fourth. Every time, you know, I would call her out on what she was doing and get her in front of my manager, she would just cry, hyperventilate, like, you know, I was killing her. She couldn't breathe, like she's about to pass out. So I was like, okay, I got her number. First of all, I see something wrong with this lady. And I had already checked out that, you know, she would sit at her desk and take that medication all day, all day. Could have been anxiety or whatever. But the point is, I paid attention to her because I needed to understand who I was dealing with and, you know, why she would, you know, hyperventilate, act like that. And so, last time she did it, you know, kind of got late in the day. It was almost, we worked like a night shift. So, I got Sally. I told Sally, oh, let's meet. And so, got her in the office, this separate like conference room, me and her, just me and her. And I closed the door, and she was scared. So I told her, I said, Sally, let me tell you this. I'm going to need you to stop trying to act like I'm doing something to you. I said, you want to put on this front like the angry black girl is, you know, messing with you or doing you bad. Trying, you know, they all, a lot of time in, I ain't gonna say corporate America, just the world. You know, when you're a dark-skinned black person or woman, they always categorize you or try to stereotype you as the angry black person. So that's all she was trying to do. Trying to hyperventilate, put on this performance and cry so everybody could look at me like, you know, I was this angry black lady that was doing something to her. But I had already picked up on it. I was saying, oh, she be on this medication. They don't tell her where her mind is at, you know. So I told her, I said, let me tell you this. You need to stop crying. You better stop all of that crying. I ain't doing nothing to you. I went off, y'all. I went off. Because at that point, I was thinking, okay, it's like a child. This is what kids do. You know, like when a child does something wrong and, you know, you spank their hand, they just fall out and cry. That's what she was doing. So I'm thinking, like, okay, I'm going to treat you just like a child and see if it works. I said, you better stop all that crying. I am not Ain't nobody doing nothing to you. You in here trying to make these people think I'm this angry black person, blah, blah. She was like, okay, okay. And when I saw her do that, I was thinking, oh, this baby ain't reptile. So after that, y'all, after that, look, I ain't had no more problems with Sally. Sally was my best employee. Sally, I'm talking about, she was like my best employee. Anything I needed, she'd bring me treats, made sure, you know, if I was out of work, she took on the team, everything. But the moral of the story is I had to get on her level to be able to, you know, get her to act right. And, you know, you think like, you know, why I gotta act crazy? It's really sad that you have to treat people like that or talk to people bad in order for them to act right or straighten up or to realize, oh, I can't try it with her. It's really sad that you have to, but you really have to from time to time. And like I said, I know a lot of y'all are young and you probably have never experienced that, but the older you get, you are going to come across people like that. You got to know how to get on their level. Now, you got to be able to pay attention to them first to know how to get on their level. It ain't about you. It ain't about my personality. It's not about your personality. It's about paying attention to the person to know how can I communicate with this person? Who am I dealing with? Okay, y'all, so that's pretty much it for this video. Again, I just wanted to, you know, share my experience as far as my experience and knowledge as far as, you know, how to recognize and kind of get along with, quote unquote, thrown off people. I hope you found this video to be funny and didn't take offense to anything. But hey, if you did, I completely understand. And as always, if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Please be sure to click the little notification bell so you can receive notifications when I post any videos. Be sure to leave me some comments. Tell me of your experience of dealing with a quote-unquote thrown-off person, or tell me if you disagree with me. Tell me if you agree with me. Be sure to thumbs up this video. Be sure to share this video with all of your social media friends. Oh, as far as social media, Facebook, join me on Facebook. A lot of y'all, as I mentioned, y'all don't really know me. You know, you just see me put the little video on YouTube doing the hair, doing the little girl's hair. But join me on Facebook so I can get to know you, you know, more on a personal level. You know, some people that have joined me, you see me liking your pictures and maybe crack a joke here and there or laugh at whatever you cracking a joke about. So, you know, I really like interacting with y'all on Facebook. So if you have not joined me on Facebook, please go ahead and join me on Facebook at, what is it, Miss Mississippi? Yeah, so I'm about to go get me some Chipotle. Now I gotta get my food and eat it before the little kids get out of school, then I'll get them some. But do you ever like, and I know I'm jumping the subject, you know, if you're a parent, you know how your kids always you want to eat your food up and just sometimes you just want to sit there and enjoy your meal by yourself, honey. So I'm about to go and get me some Chipotle while the kids are at school. And yeah, so okay, so yeah, go ahead and subscribe. And until the next video, guys, bye bye.